Now things get super real. Now things get super crazy, and everything you thought you knew about the Switch 2's potential power, forget about it. We've got hardcore evidence and confirmation from multiple sources about Switch 2 demos, and you will not believe what they be demoing. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I've got hot sauce today because this is heating up in a way that I never thought it would heat up. I'm going to break down exactly what Eurogamer and VGC and Nate Drake now have chimed in to say, but yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 was shown to developers at Gamescom behind closed doors, and they showed Nintendo demos, and I got goosebumps for this one because they showed PS5 demos. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hallelujah! It is a super amazing day. Nintendo trying to create the best video game timeline for us that they possibly could, and this is super interesting because this is not just random Twitter rumors. This is not just a leaker saying this and that. This is Eurogamer. This is Video Games Chronicle. These are major publications, journalistic websites, and they're coming through with their sources saying, yo, Nintendo Switch 2 was indeed demo to developers at Gamescom. Gamescom wrapped up about a week ago, and we know that no press saw this, just developers. So this is not being shown like, hey, you want to feature our system at launch? No. This is like, developers, let's show you what the Switch 2 can do. My belief is that this is like other developers, not the main ones, right? Like the main big developers already have their hands on Switch 2 dev kits. We've heard that, we know that, that's a thing. This was probably being shown off to prospective developers, other developers, new developers, and maybe Nintendo wanted to really just amp things up in a personal way by doing it in person at a major event. Since E3 is not an event, Gamescom is their next best bet. What did they show though? What games were being played on this Switch 2 for developers? The first one is Breath of the Wild. This is very interesting to me. Breath of the Wild is being shown at a higher frame rate and higher resolution than the game originally was on hardware targeting the new console specs. Probably still a dev unit, just FYI. It doesn't sound like it's the final Switch 2. Like they weren't handed a box and said like, open it, play Breath of the Wild. No, they were shown Breath of the Wild on a dev kit. And Breath of the Wild was looking soupy. And by soupy, I mean like deliciously hot. Probably running at 4K and probably running at a really nice frame rate. Now, this is not an indication that Breath of the Wild is going to be re-released, but rather I think a game that everyone knows, everyone remembers, and one that they can show on this hardware. Now, why not Tears of the Kingdom? Because Tears of the Kingdom is a more taxing game, a more recent game, and would be more impressive. Well, my bet is that Tears of the Kingdom just came out a few months ago. They've probably been working on this hardware, this demo, this tech for a while now, and Breath of the Wild is probably something they've used for quite a bit, and this is how they can showcase, hey, it's a huge uptick, you remember Breath of the Wild, and it's like a comfortable game, right? It's not the latest and greatest, it's a comfortable game, the hardware can probably run it super well, and it's something that they've been able to prep for a long time. They weren't able to prep Tears of the Kingdom because Tears of the Kingdom just came out. So I feel like this is not super odd. There's sense and logic behind it. Breath of the Wild is the first party Nintendo game that's being shown on the dev kits, which is super sick. VGC comes through, adding extra weight to this report, and Nate Drake has since confirmed that he heard this too. The Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo was shown on Nintendo Switch 2. Now let me make this perfectly clear to you. Nobody really thought the Switch 2 is going to be that darn strong. Like, it's going to be stronger. But the idea that the Switch 2 is pumping PS5 level visuals is absurd. We heard a rumor about a week ago about how, hey, it was running Final Fantasy VII Remake and it looked like a PS5, and we were all like, ha! Get serious. No chance. No way. This is an Unreal Engine 5 tech demo that was intended to show off the power of PS5 and Xbox Series X when those consoles launched. Nintendo is showing off a UE5 tech demo that was meant for PS5 on the freaking Switch. And according to VGC's source, it had DLSS upscaling technology, which we've talked about a lot, right? Where they can make things look better via a software algorithm. And with ray tracing enabled and visuals comparable to PS5 and Xbox Series X. Now, let's be very clear, and VGC actually points this out, we should not believe that it has the same power as PS5 or Xbox Series X. No, I don't think it will, and this is not saying that. What this is saying is that with the power of DLSS, with the upscaling technology, it's able to approximate next-gen graphics, which is insane. That means that, hey, this might have like the power of an Xbox Series S, a PS4 Pro, and it can pump up to a PS5 with DLSS and with advanced ray tracing enabled. I want you to get how crazy this is that a Nintendo portable console has advanced ray tracing, DLSS, and PS5 comparable level graphics for an Unreal Engine 5 demo, and there's only a few Unreal Engine 5 games out there. There's like Fortnite, Immortals of Avium, and something else. That's it. This is the future, and this is crazy. And this is Nintendo taking things way further than we expected them to, and way further than I think they need to. All they needed to do was make a better looking Switch, a better running Switch. Maybe it could do some 60 FPS, 1080p regularly, maybe a little 4K with upscaling. But it seems like they're shooting for the moon, okay? The fact that the demo they pick is the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, which is like really in-depth, really insane, it just makes my heart flutter. We're going to start getting more and more leaks. If it's been shown to developers, more and more is going to come out. And Nate Drake himself said, yeah, he can confirm all of this, but he also has more. And he says that they haven't shared it yet, and maybe he will eventually. Those birds we heard him talking about singing, this is the glorious song they were singing, that the Switch 2 is sexy as all heck. Nate Drake continues saying, I'll add there were no playable demos. No one played the Switch successor at Gamescom. Only tech demos were shown, and some were shown as mentioned on hardware with target specs or via a video capture. So this is not actual Switch 2 hardware. This is a dev kit, or it's something that approximates what the hardware could do. Sometimes, in the case of like PS5 and Xbox Series X, they would show games on a PC and say like, oh, this PC is built with the same specs and the same technical parts as what the PS5 will basically be, and perhaps Nintendo is doing something of that sort now that they're trying to punch up and be in this weight class. I don't think we should get crazy attached to PS5 equals Switch 2, but I do think we should be more hyped than before. I do think we should expect more than before. I feel like our anticipation of Switch 2 is tied to the 2021 Nintendo Switch Pro rumor fiasco. And a lot of our specs and our belief about where this system could be, would be, should be, are tied to that 2-year-old time frame. Instead, Nintendo audibled and released a Switch OLED. I firmly believe that. I think the Switch Pro was supposed to be a half step in 2021, and a lot of our belief about this system, a lot of the rumors, come from that. Nintendo will now have 3 years in 2024 to upgrade the heck out of this thing, and it sure sounds like they are doing so. Now, in terms of the legitimacy, this is Eurogamer and Video Games Chronicle putting their publication on the line with this report, saying that they have sources that have said this, that have seen this, that are reporting this, and they're very specific. They're not saying, oh, the Switch 2 is at Gamescom. Okay, anyone can say that. They're saying Breath of the Wild and Matrix Awakens were shown. Very specific, very nuanced, very granular details, and ones that, like, nobody could just pull out of thin air. We're not going to say, oh, you know, Fortnite was shown UE5. That would be obvious and easy and something anyone could say. Matrix Awakens is not something anyone would have predicted or picked for the Switch 2 tech demo. So I believe that this is 100% authentic. I 100% believe that Eurogamer and VGC know what's up, are on the right track, and that this was shown off at Gamescom. And Nate Drake coming in to add his confirmation from his side of things, man, it's just music to my ears. Whether the Switch 2 drops in early, mid, or late 2024, we are about to have the sickest Nintendo system of all time, and I want you to really get that. This isn't just the Switch 2 anymore. This is Nintendo embracing future technology like DLSS, advanced ray tracing, and amazing graphics, and bringing it into a hybrid platform format unlike anything we've ever seen. If you thought the Switch 1 was super cool, novel, and downright nifty, the Switch 2 is shaping up to be a killer. The Switch 2 is shaping up to be a smash hit in a way that will appeal to gamers like you and me even more than the Switch 1. The Switch 2 is attempting to shore up the shortcomings of Switch 1 while boosting the amazing exclusives that only Nintendo is capable of. If 3D Mario debuts on this system at launch and looks sick as all heck, and we have ray tracing in Super Mario, forget it. If this system comes in at $400, you are getting amazing power and amazing versatility for a pretty darn good price, considering the competition and considering inflation. I am so beyond excited for this report. And we also have a direct next week. Like, what is even happening? Nintendo's got us eating, feasting, and hopefully more details leak out because I am so pumped to see this system, so pumped to see what it's capable of, and knowing now that it's got this type of power behind it, we are in for a revolution like Nintendo hasn't done for decades. They used to be at the forefront of power and video game performance, and now that's not what they're known for. Holy crap. Are things about to change? Let me know what you think about a Switch that can run the Matrix Awakens demo, that has PS5 comparable visuals with its DLSS upscaling and with its advanced ray tracing, that may not be as powerful as these systems, no, that's fine, but may have more might in the engine than we ever believed before, and we got all these different sources confirming that it is mighty fine time. We're about to get amazing games this holiday season, and a new system with even more amazing games seems to be lurking out there, closer than maybe you believe. I cannot wait to cover it all with you. Thanks so much for being here. I'm so hyped. Literally, one of the coolest things I've read in Nintendo history. The fact that we're going to get a system with power. What more could you ask for as a Nintendo fan? What more could you ask for? It's the one thing they always skip out on. It's the one thing they always dip out on. And now we're going to get it all. Hybrid gimmick, power, graphics, visuals, performance, games. Can't wait to play them. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, SwitchForce out.